You go on any study and you look at like the top 5 reasons why people take a job or leave a job or are out in the market, and the number one thing is not pay on any of those studies.
Yeah, no. It's opportunity, I think.
Opportunity is always on there. The people you work with, people that you like, right? People, they always say it all the time. People don't leave companies, they leave leaders, right? They leave people that they don't like or they don't trust.
Yeah.
But benefits is always above pay, and it's always in the top 3.
What it is, Brad Lee, back again with another episode of Dropping Bombs today in the studio, folks. As always, I got a real treat for you. Benjamin Jerome, what's going on?
What's up, man? How are you?
You go by Ben?
Yeah, that's fine.
When I first discovered you guys came onto the show as helping people get back ERC money.
That's right.
Couldn't believe it. I'm like, no way, dude. This can't be real. Sure enough, real. Not only was it real, dude, it seems like everybody and their dog does it now.
A lot of people do it, yeah.
Yeah, because the word got out and, you can help people and get money and get paid for helping. So that's always good. So I did it and, sure as shit, real as hell. Lightspeed took advantage of it, got, I think $1 million and change back, which we appreciate. And over a couple hundred, 200-300 businesses, thousands probably, reached out. I'm not sure how many qualified, but I know we got like $30 million back for businesses listening to Dropping Bombs. So that's good, huh?
It's amazing.
Appreciate you guys. So that's why I said come back, because we were talking again and I said, well, what's happening now? He's like, well, we've got this thing where we're going in and we're doing something and we're saving them, 20, 30% on their costs, health insurance costs or some kind of costs. I'm like, dude, you got to come back. There's a lot of businesses listening and people need to know these little known things. What are you doing now?
So we wanted to come back with something unique, just like the ERC. And I think the biggest challenge with the ERC, and one of the ways in which, Brad, you were able to help, is because people trust you. They trust that they're going to get the truth and they're going to get something they can rely on. And that's why I think, like you said, hundreds, and I know thousands of them reached out. I spoke to a lot of them. They reached out because they heard on your show, on this show, that maybe they can take advantage of something.
Get some money back.
That's right. Get some money back. And maybe they hear all this other scary stuff out there, like, oh, this isn't legit, or be careful, there's scammers out there and all those other things. So who do they trust? Right? It's like anything else. You ask your friends or you go to resources like this show to try to find that. The beautiful thing about ERC is that we weren't asking people to take a giant leap of faith. We were asking them to share some data about their business, some stuff, some tax records that they definitely, hopefully already had, and most of them did. But we weren't asking them to pony up a bunch of money. We were just saying,
hey, asking them to pony up any.
No money, exactly. Nothing out of pocket. We were saying, trust us. That's right. Exactly. So for us, we wanted to come back and say, hey, you trusted us once. We came through on something that you thought was maybe impossible or definitely unlikely. Now we're coming back with something maybe even more fantastic or more unbelievable, but it's something that you need. Because I think every business, no matter the size, small mom and pops or giant mega corporations, the biggest challenge is retaining the hard-earned money that they make.
Yeah, and I've got both following me. Mom and pops, entrepreneurs, wantrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and believe it or not, mega companies.
Yeah. And we're working with the whole gamut. But that's the beautiful thing about this isn't capped at 500 employees like the ERC was. So those mega companies can benefit and their benefit will just be greater, but it's all the same.
The bigger the company, the more they make.
That's right. The more they save. That's right. Because they have more expenses.
So how does it work? I know we did it here. My people told me, yeah, we're going to save like 30% on health insurance and all my costs, employee costs. I'm like, cool.
Well, what do you think your second biggest bill is besides payroll? Every single month, every single year. It's your health insurance.
Rent.
Well, okay. Yeah, this place is nice. You're right. Okay. So it's maybe third biggest cost. But yeah. for the guy working out of his home, or maybe running a construction company and he's got equipment, he doesn't have an office, he's got a trailer, it's not rent, right? He's paying his employees. But then the way that he attracts good people, and then more importantly, keeps them, is through benefits.
Yeah.
He has to pay him well. We already said that, but he's got to have good benefits. And so that same guy is forking out a lot of that hard-earned cash he's making on things like health insurance, on things like workers' comp and general liability, things that he needs, right?
Well, he has to do.
He has to do that. And he's also ponying up a bunch on payroll taxes.
And it could be a she, by the way.
It could be a she. I'm sorry. Yeah, he or she. Yep, absolutely. Or they. So what I would say is the most important and the biggest thing is trying to keep those dollars in the pockets of those business owners and improve the quality of life for the employees. And that's exactly what this does.
And what is it, like a wellness plan or something?
It is. It's like a wellness plan. I think wellness plans kind of have a bad rap just because most of them, they just weren't super popular. And there's two main reasons why this works now.
Probably because they call them wellness.
That's true. Yeah, people are like, what, I have to diet? You're going to like watch what I eat?
Well, not only that, but wellness to me is like, yoga and...
Yeah.
Hey.
Acupuncture.
Wellness.
Yeah. Meditation.
Let's just breathe.
Yeah.
I don't want to breathe. I want to work, but I want everybody healthy because believe it or not, that's where wellness technically goes. But the more healthy your employees are, the better they do.
Yeah, that's
mentally
absolutely
and
true.
Physically.
Absolutely. So this is kind of evolved over time into something called a health maintenance plan. And that's what the H&P stands for. So in short, we call it LHMP. And what it does is it does a couple things. Number one, like we talked about, it saves every employer about $600 per employee per year on payroll taxes, just like the ERC did. So that's where they're similar. The difference is this goes forever. It lasts and they get that benefit for as long as their doors are open. So that's a huge benefit. It also helps their employees pay a little less in taxes. And so they retain about $1,500. So you get to be the hero. So Brad, you're the hero. You and Jason just paid and it gave a raise to all your Lightspeed employees. And
Who's
you didn't.
Jason?
Your guy. I don't know. Whoever I work with. Yeah.
He's my partner.
There you go. All right.
I don't lie to people. So if I did, I'd have just got busted.
Don't trick me like that. All right. No. Yeah.
I don't lie, dude. You can always bet I'm not lying.
Yeah. I believe that. And I know your listeners believe that. So that's an awesome thing is that you get to be the hero and it doesn't come out of your pocket, right? Because you're helping them and you're connecting with them. Then the third thing that it does is it gives them a bunch of $0 copay health benefits, right? The stuff you and I and a lot of people use their health insurance plan for. Now they use this for. So it's things like prescriptions, $0. Most people pay a little bit.
Yeah.
Even if they have a good plan. Going to see your primary care physician or to go into the urgent care for, I don't know, something. You get sick.
What if they have an HSA?
That's fine. That's okay. They can have that too. Yep. But they don't need to use the HSA. Would you have to use the HSA if it was $0? Nope. So the other thing, let's say you were talking about wellness and, we're talking about some of the things people aren't maybe super keen on using or some people aren't. Well, preventative care is a real thing. And there's stuff that is hugely important, like going to see maybe a chiropractor or getting some rehab, like seeing a physical therapist. Those things also on this, totally covered. And then another huge thing that it provides is mental health coverage. The best plan, you could have the Cadillac of plan for your employees, and they're still going to pay a little bit to go see a counselor. So let's say your kid's getting bullied. You're going to have to pay. That's something you have to face in terms of that being an additional expense as the employee. But this plan would make it $0. You could send you and your spouse could go, whatever, all covered through this plan.
Yeah. So how do you save money and still that usually costs money. So how are we all saving money? The business saves money, the employee saves money, and they're picking up all these benefits.
Yeah. So we're going to go on a little deep dive, but we're not going to get stuck under there too long. This happens through something called Section 125. It's a section in the IRS code where plans like this exist. People hear about them and they refer to them as cafeteria plans, right? But there's other things that exist in there, like your 401k, like just putting money aside for retirement, right?
Just nobody's looking. You guys are looking.
Yeah, we're looking. Exactly. We're looking, and we're also bringing everybody else in to look, and we're pointing it out. We're putting a spotlight on this section of the IRS code, just like the ERC did.
IRS is going to shut you down one of these days.
No, the IRS loves these. They've been around since 1978. Do you know who doesn't love them?
Who?
Your health insurance brokers. Now, I'm not here to go after them at all. Yeah, they don't like them.
Why?
Because this lowers your premiums. We just said one of the byproducts of Lightspeed having this is you guys are going to pay 30% less for whoever you pay right now. Because all of that usage we just talked about, right now, if I have a plan and I got a little copay for, I take a high blood pressure med.
Yeah. Why?
Why do I take the high blood pressure med?
Yeah.
I've had it since I was in college. So
don't listen to doctors, fool.
My brain tells my heart to work harder. That's the way my doctor described it to me. And he's been doing that since I was playing soccer in college. Don't ask me why.
Wow.
So back when I was skinny. So anyway, but if I do that, that copay is my little bit that I contribute. I also, as the employee, pay a little bit of my premium. And you as the employer pay a little bit through your own premiums. Right? We all paying our little bit. If all of that, instead of coming out of our pockets collectively, the employer and the employee, it comes onto this plan, how couldn't your health insurance company say, well, man, you aren't using our plan as much, or you don't need as much coverage, right? It'd be like insuring.
It sounds like I get more coverage.
You are getting more coverage, but you're getting more coverage through this plan, helping, support, bolting on, serving as like a shield to protect your major medical plan.
And everybody's eligible?
Everybody's eligible. Well, small caveat. You got to have a couple employees. So we say like 5 or more, kind of like what we said with ERC. The only reason is because business owners, just like ERC, are excluded, right? So you and Jason, if it was just you two and you didn't have all those wonderful people I just met, you wouldn't be able to have it because you two are the only employees.
So you need employees.
That's right. Non-owner employees. But if you got a couple, you're good.
Yeah, well, there's a ton of companies out there like that.
Tons, thousands, millions.
And we've already got it.
You already got it. You're going to see the power of this. Like right now, you could see the power of this. Let's say like you're working out yesterday and you tweak your shoulder and you want to go see your chiropractor. You probably paid a little.
I definitely would have.
Yeah. Today you wouldn't. Today you would pay nothing.
Chiropractors must love that. What if they don't take insurance?
You know how many more people are going to go to a chiropractor because of this?
Probably a lot. And not only that, I mean, we have a lot of chiropractors on Lightspeed training through a couple of clients. And there's a lot of chiropractors out there. And believe it or not, dude, going to a chiropractor helps.
Ton. Or a PT. I mean, they're two different lines of the same thing.
Yeah, what people don't understand, like I used to make fun of chiropractors saying, oh, you're a doctor. Okay. Well, you're not a real doctor.
You're over there with the dentists.
But dude, what they don't understand with chiropractors is chiropractors go to the same exact medical training as doctors, except for they stop when it comes to prescriptions. Mm-hmm. So literally the only thing a doctor continues to learn is what prescriptions do, what drugs to give. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I don't want those drugs. I don't even take aspirin. I hate any kind of drug because I mean, if I have to take it, I will, but I just hate drugs.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a chiropractor is a doctor that stopped when it came to what do I prescribe?
And that's because you'd rather do the work to make yourself healthy. And that's what this plan gives people the means to do, right? They get to go see a chiropractor. They get to go see a physical therapist. They could go see an acupuncturist. And those things that might be off plan, right, are now covered. So they can take the steps.
Like how do people learn what's all covered?
Yeah, we take them through it. And there's, the other thing why wellness plans didn't work great is because they existed pre today's technology and pre COVID. Now, you and I both have smartphones. We both have access to internet, computers, right? It makes it easy to engage, easy to find those resources, or easy to use telemedicine. That's what COVID gave us. Before, telemedicine wasn't a thing. You wanted to go see someone. You wanted to take off your underwear, send them some butcher paper, with a gown on to have some guy tell you whether you're healthy or not. Now you can sit in the comfort of your own home or over the phone, be like, yeah, I'm sick, I'm congested. And they're like, okay, cool. Is there a CVS or Walgreens around the corner? I'll call a prescription for a Z-Pack in. And boom, you're taken care of. You don't sit in a line with a bunch of other sick people. Because you know what? If you weren't sick when you went in, you're sick now. The guy coughing next to you did made sure of it.
I know. That's another thing I don't like. So how did you get into all this?
Actually, I probably spoke to like 500 of your listeners. And it was awesome. They called in and I was the guy who called them back or was on the other end. So, and then we said, what do we do with the 55,000 businesses we helped? What do we do? So we thought, let's find something like the ERC we can come to them with. Something that doesn't cost them money, that helps them, helps their employees, something that people don't know about and they need to know about, rather than just go to them with our hands out saying, hey, we saved you all this money. Give us some of it back for these other things we can do for you. We didn't want to do that. And that's what a lot of other people are doing.
You're not asking for any money.
No, nothing. We're asking for a little information, just like the ERC.
Do you guys set me up a website for them to go apply?
Yep.
Is there like a whole form that they can just pop in there for a minute and see what they can do?
Just like the ERC, but less questions. And then they set up with a meeting with me and my team. And we talk to them, we explain it all. And then we talk to their employees and explain it all. It's that simple.
How easy is it to roll out?
I'd say 30 to 45 days. Just takes us some time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, we would have bitched and complained. I know my team, they would have bitched and complained if it was a pain in the ass.
Well, you know what? If people's patience hasn't been tested by waiting 6 or 9 months for their ERC money, this is going to seem like it's overnight.
Yeah, well, again, all I said to my team was, hey, let's listen to this. And they did it. So you must have convinced the people.
Well, I think what's going to be awesome is that in 6 months from now, I wish we were doing this, I guess, in 6 months, but now is better than then even. But you would be able to, just like we talked about, you would have been able to already experience some of the benefits.
Well, I just wish I had more employees.
Well, maybe you're on your way.
Because I mean, think about people that have massive amounts of employees, and even there was an airline that I forget how much they spent a year, but to save $5 million off their budget, all they did was put 2 less olives in each salad. That wouldn't work if you only sold 100 salads. How
many olives do they put in the salads?
Well, they just 2 less.
Yeah.
Saved them $5 million supposedly. So that's a lot of salads.
So do you know what the average expense is for health insurance for an employee?
$350
a month.
Yeah,
it's close. So it's like $8,000 a year. So you're really pretty close. For a family, it's like 20K. And that's, so again, you as an employer, you got to pick up half that tab.
And they don't cover shit. And you got co-pays.
That's right.
And you can't go to,
you can't go who do you want to see. Yep. Imagine, I mean, where's that headed? This is really why this is so needed. This is the right time for this. The ERC was the right time because of small businesses struggling post-COVID and some companies that didn't necessarily struggle, but they could have grown even more, or companies that did great, but still the IRS expanded the ERC enough to allow them in. This is here to help because right now, small businesses are drowning in their cost for health insurance. They can't not give it. And if they don't give it, they immediately lose out to their competition. But right now, there's a listener, multiple probably, and there's an owner that's sitting on there. He's got like 45 employees.
Or she,
excuse me. And what are they scared about? They're scared about adding in a few more. They probably not grown a little bit because as soon as they do that, I just saw a quote for a major medical insurance for 51 employees on the plan, and like 31 of them were singles. It was $47,000 a month.
That what? They saved or paid?
That they paid.
Yeah.
That's huge. And that doesn't even shock you. And that's going up.
Well, that's because, that's normal.
Yeah, it is normal. It's what we've all become accustomed to because we have no other option. Did we have an option when, you have an option when the gas goes up?
Well, no. And I mean, when it comes to insurance, I guess we do have an option. We could say we're not offering any benefits, but then you don't get the best people.
You don't, and you definitely don't keep them.
And what's crazy is people do want benefits. It's weird.
Dude, you go onto any study that talks about.
I've never looked at benefits my entire life. Well, I might have been just too stupid.
No, you're good. Well, listen, I didn't before this either. But you go on any study and you look at like the top 5 reasons why people take a job or leave a job or are out in the market. And the number one thing is not pay on any of those studies.
Yeah, no. It's opportunity, I think.
Opportunity is always on there. The people you work with, people that you like, right? People, they always say it all the time. People don't leave companies, they leave leaders, right? They leave people that they don't like or they don't trust.
Yeah.
But benefits is always above pay. And it's always in the top 3.
It's weird. Benefit could be, time off.
Yep.
Time off policy.
Yep.
Interesting. So as you go help all of these companies, are you guys just going to continue to keep looking at that code to see what people are missing, or what's next after this?
We are. We actually are rolling out a code that's been around since long before the ERC that people can help take advantage of. It's called the R&D credit. So we're rolling that out as well. But more than anything, what we're doing is we want, like I said at the beginning, to help people that work really, really hard. Any small business, any big business, they work really hard to make that money, to bring in that revenue. And then they have all of these outgoing invoices that go out for all of these other things that they have to provide for the reasons you and I just mentioned.
Yeah.
Because they want to keep or attract good people. They can't not do it. But when they provide the very best, especially as the costs go up, what happens when your health insurance cost goes up? You got your plan, it becomes worse. And lots of people listening to this will know exactly what that feels like, because your broker or the company comes to you and they say, hey, Brad, we're raising Lightspeed's health insurance premium by 10%. You got two options. You pay it, right? So it goes up for your employee, it goes up for you. Or you say, all right, well, can we raise the deductible? Can we raise the copay? Can we raise the coinsurance, or can we just switch to a worse plan that costs the same? And that's what they do. That's what they're getting stuck with. This gives them protection from that. This allows them to not have to do that, to be able to choose what's best for my employee. And on the backside, oh, this is also going to save me $600 per employee per year on payroll taxes. And I get to be the hero and give them a raise. This is amazing. So and it doesn't cost me anything.
Yeah. And so if someone wants to like say, hey, I'm interested.
We created a site just for you, for the businesses and your listeners, so they can do a couple quick questions and then.
And you're automatically going to call whoever we got money back for, no? Or should they apply into?
We are. We've been reaching out to folks. We probably reached out and connected with 300 businesses just over the last 2 weeks.
Now, another thing that we did with ERC, which was kind of cool, is I said, if anybody wants to make money, because again, you can make money showing people how to get money back.
That's right.
What if people want to make money doing this? What if a lot of my listeners are entrepreneurs? They don't necessarily have big businesses, but they know people that do.
Yeah, they're working B2B, right? They're walking, banging down the doors, yeah.
But do they still go to bradley.com?
That's right. And just like with the ERC site we made you, there's a become an affiliate or become a partner tab. Same thing on this. They can do that same thing. They sign up with us as an affiliate. They send us a business and we pay them a referral fee. And here's the best part. How many times did we pay them that referral fee on the ERC business? Once.
Well, but it was, it was real.
It was good. Yeah, and it was good. And it took a while.
I got some.
Yeah, it was real. And it was awesome. And for some of them, it probably changed their lives, right? Some of them paid off their mortgages with the money that they created.
Or enhanced their businesses. Like, again, the $1 million and change we got back, it just went to, I didn't get a big fat check from it, but the business did. Now the business can advertise more. They can grow and scale. They can hire more people. They can, get new computers, whatever they need to do. But like that money was critical for a lot of businesses.
Huge.
And this money sounds even better money. Why? Because it's monthly. And not only that, the valuation of my company didn't go up because I got that ERC money or credit. It was really credit. Mm-hmm. But here my expenses will decrease. So my EBITDA increases, which means the valuation of my company increases. Mm-hmm.
So think about this. 100-person company is going to save about $280,000, a little over $250,000 per year with this plan coming in. So imagine if you have a $100 million company and a private equity firm comes and wants to buy you. They give you a 10x in your valuation.
2.8 mil.
2.8 mil extra just from making life better for your employees. And you're definitely making life better for yourself.
Yeah. Or just increase the bottom line.
That's right.
At the end of the day, man, I wish I had a big team of lawyers that go in and scour the code and keep finding these little loopholes.
Yeah.
Are you ever afraid they might shut the loopholes down?
You know what? They just created, the IRS sends out these letters, and they did that for ERC. And there's 4 IRS notices that talk about these types of plans. 3 that were issued years ago, and they just put one out in June. And that letter actually got rid of several companies that are our competition, because their plans were not built properly. Because the unique thing is this plan was built knowing what those letters tell us as a blueprint. Because one thing I can tell you, right? Lots of rules, like the speed limit or the lines on the basketball court. Those aren't, the lines on the basketball court isn't a place that you can go. It's a place you can't go. So you know where you play. That's how we use those letters to figure out what it was our court. Where can we properly play and live within compliance with the IRS code? And so we built it that way. Other companies didn't. They wanted to be more profitable. They wanted to take shortcuts, or they just didn't know how to do it. And so a bunch of them closed their doors because this new letter said, hey, we're going to make this even stricter. So to answer your question, we're already ahead of the game for that. And the IRS is looking at it.
Well, not looking at what? Not shutting it down.
No, not shutting it down. They're just looking at it and making sure, just like kind of ERC, right? They're looking at the ERC to make sure people are doing it the right way. Because there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it.
Yes, but ERC, like they weren't running around putting out commercials about it. Like if you owe money, they get a hold of you. They let you know you owe money. When you have a credit, they don't tell you about the credit. And a lot of businesses never did get that credit. And by the way, if you guys are still listening, that ERC program's still open. And dude, it takes like a minute to fill out this little questionnaire and bam, it'll tell you right there whether you got money or credits that you can receive. And it might take 6 or 9 months, but you're just going to be 6 or 9 months regardless. So it's not an emergency. Hey, if you need money real quick, go there. Cause it took me probably 8, 9 months.
That's right.
And I was getting skeptical. I was typing old Creekmore. What up, dude? I thought you said 6 months. Well, there's a lot of people getting, I'm like, yeah. Then sure enough, dude, it showed up. It's like, whoa.
It's like Christmas.
Dude, it was just like freaking crazy. Like it's hard to believe that there's, but actually it isn't because, the IRS code is so fat now. It's like, there's so much crap in there. If someone just sat and looked for these things, they would find them. And the IRS isn't doing a great job of getting the information out there.
No.
So I'm glad you guys are.
Yeah, and they're not trying to hide it, but they are making it difficult, right? Like you could represent yourself in court if you wanted, but it's difficult. That's why you pay an attorney.
Yeah.
Right? Now we can't be our own doctor, but there's a lot of things you could do yourself. You could do your own taxes if you want. You or I don't do that because we don't want to end up like the guy in Schitt's Creek. But you could, and a lot of people do. This is the same thing.
You can cut your own hair. Well, you can't.
Yeah, well, I do because of exactly what you're talking about. But
well, I don't, and I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't if I had hair like you too. But that's what's beautiful about this. Same thing. A lot of people are just trying to do their own benefits. This is us coming alongside and saying, "Hey, we helped you with the ERC, but let us help you with the rest of the stuff you have going on with the rest of your benefits."
And that was the best part. Like, dude, we didn't have to pay. We didn't pay you anything.
Nope. You didn't pay us anything. How are you have it live. Money? So there's an admin fee that gets paid out of the payroll taxes. The $600 is the net savings. They save a little bit more because they're saving 7.65% on a FICA match on every dollar they actually pay their employee. So
you just take a little piece.
There's a little admin fee that comes out of that savings, but it's not out of the company's pocket.
Doesn't bother me.
Yep.
Dude, if you can save me $1 million and you're like, hey, we made $100,000 doing that for you, I'd be like, save me another $1 million.
It's just like your accountant.
I'll give you $2.
Yeah. Your accountant charges you a few thousand and they save you, tens of thousands. It's way worth it.
Well, dude, I appreciate you coming in, man. And I'm glad you guys are out there doing your thing. How long do you think before you're retired?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever give up. This is too fun.
Well, you're helping a lot of folks.
And you know what? And it's a blast.
And I know I went to this thing you guys threw almost, I don't want to call it a party, but it was a party.
It was a party. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I was like, damn, I got paid quite a bit of dough just from referring businesses. And, there were 100 people there got paid way more dough than me. I'm like, dude, I should have got a little bit more aggressive with that because, dude, listen, there was a ton of people and they're making money and everybody's running around with their wives accepting trophies and
it's getting there.
That's good.
And with partners like you, I mean, we couldn't be more appreciative of you letting us speak to your audience and help. And hopefully we delivered in a big way. And this is going to be even bigger because
we have already.
There are some companies out there that they were like, man, we're just too big. There's not enough rooms in the inn for us because we got 1,000 or 2,000 employees. Watch what I told you what 100 employees are going to save. Watch what this does for one of those big companies. It's going to save them tens of millions of dollars.
Well, I want to see what is the biggest company that listens to the show. If you're in control or in power or the CEO of a huge company, you listen to the show. Go there, just fill it out just to see, because I want someone to go, how many employees you got? 92,000. Oh, by the way, I know some people. I don't know if they listen to the show, but I know some people. I'm just going to reach out to them personally.
Yeah.
Do I send them same place?
Absolutely.
Because I know one of them that supposedly, and it's multiple companies, but it's 300,000 company or 300,000 employees supposedly.
For that one, you could you can just text me on that. I could handle that one directly.
Well, his name's Charles Koch.
Let's do it.
You ever heard of the Koch brothers?
I think so.
K-A or K-O-C-H.
KOCH, yeah.
Yeah, they own Georgia Pacific, Dixie Cups, like paper companies, like huge companies.
So they're like the fathers of beer pong.
Well, when I Googled them one time, it said that, they're 30th richest man in the world or whatever, brothers, by the way. And they have privately held companies with over 300,000 employees. And I'm like, geez, Mo, that's a lot of employees. So I want to see how big the biggest is.
So that's a real number. I can give you a nice round number. 76,000 saves about $250 million. So it's going to be about $1 billion if all their business were able to qualify for 300K.
Chump change.
Chump change. A rounding error.
Folks, if you want to make $1 billion, get a company with 76,000 employees and then call this dude. Otherwise, appreciate you coming in, dude.
Thank you, Brad.
Guys, keep it real, as always. Not at all.
You never say a gym's a scam. You don't say college is a scam. That people I don't think people realize how much is spent globally on school. Every year, trillions of dollars. I mean, the American GDP is 20 trillion. So globally, 1/10 of the American GDP goes to university